What is going on, everybody? It's Duelist-Boyz, and welcome to another deck profile. Today we are doing Timelords. Let's do this.
Alright, starting things off is simply 3 Time Maidens. Time Maidens is the heart and soul of the deck. Pretty much she does everything. From hand, you can pretty much special summon her for free, tribute to add, and then pretty much banish to special summon 1 Time Lords. Then, next thing is triple Mykion, the Time Lord. Mykion pretty much on battle, cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. At the end of the battle phase, mandatory effect, if this card battles, half the opponent's life points. The best card of the deck that everyone sleeps on is pretty much Sandion. Sandion is a 4,000 beater that can easily be normal summoned if your opponent controls a monster and you don't. Obviously, with 4,000, can bulldoze through anything. Your opponent takes no battle damage, you take no battle damage, but during the end of the battle, you take 2k. Then there is triple Medeon. Again, Time Lord effect, cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. His special talent is when he battles, he returns all monsters on the field, yours and your opponent's, back to your hand, and you burn for 300 per.
Does that include him?
No, it does not include him. Then it's double this guy. I cannot pronounce his name at the current moment, but what he does is he's a spell speed 4. Non-targeting, bounce one card back into the deck, burn for 500. This guy, very situational, works more towards the Spiral deck more than anything else when they make their U-Link. But what he does is returns everything back into the deck, and then they get to draw number of cards that will shuffle back into the main deck. So if you have like pretty much 5 monsters, all from extra deck, 1 set, his effect goes off, you only get to draw 1 and you lose all your monsters. Then my personal favorite is Raffion. He helps me win times so much because Time Lord's biggest issue is during the beginning part of the game, they dish out massive burn damage, but they have an issue when it comes to mid to late games because their burn damage starts decreasing over time. So he helps to bulldoze through big monsters, so it burns faster. Lazion, simple 1-0, pretty much when your opponent draws soft once per turn, they burn for 1,000, and he gets to shuffle everything in the graveyard back into the deck. Helped against the Orcus deck, but not really that strong in this format.
But that 1k burn though.
Yeah, that 1k. And he's your best pretty much starter. If you're forced to go first and there's time left to summon him, have your opponent draw, you're done.
And that's time.
Yeah, pretty much. They are literally the Time Lords. Because all you have to do is just enter your battle phase. Regardless if your opponent tries to slow play, you already declared battle phase. Enter battle phase, and then once you're in battle phase, all the effects happen at the end of the battle phase. So if you attack, their effects will then go off first, and then the game will end.
Nice, nice.
And then I simply play 5 hand traps. They have one big weakness, they can still be targeted. So they cannot be destroyed, but they can still be targeted for stuff. So like Unicorn, Impermanence, Effect Veilor.
Non-target shuffle.
Yeah, non-target shuffle, but that's, again, non-target. So this guy just simply makes it, he negates the activation of a target card. I play 2 Ghost Reapers. This deck does not play an extra deck. So you can literally play any deck or any extra deck regarding to what's currently popular in the meta. So easily with Salmon Grates, rip out Sunlight Wolf. With Orcas, you can hit Galatea, Winda, Invoke Light.
Force Shadows.
Yeah. And then pretty much with the Spiral play, you can pretty much double Helix, Trigate, anything that you personally feel like the deck is scared of. You want to Reaper it as fast as possible. I play simply 2 Mound of the Bound. Mound of the Bound is pretty much it just mostly protects everybody. All level 10 or higher monsters which the entire deck is level 10, so everyone's protected. Cannot be targeted or destroyed. The destroyed part is irrelevant, but then makes it where it is not can't be targeted is very helpful. And also too, if the controller of the monster gets destroyed, automatically they get burned for 1k, which does really help against Sandion because you attacking the Sandion, they would take 1k, and then pretty much then they would get burned for 2k, so they're getting burned for 3k. One Mystic Mine. The deck needs it. All you bring out is one monster at a time. So Mystic Mine and pass, and then Terraforming. And then this is my draw engine. Pretty much one upstart, one for one, 2 power dualities, and then pretty much 1 foolish just to dump the Time Maiden. And then here's my battle spells. I am testing out the new AI Strike. It just helps because, you know, obviously I'm enter time. If my opponent impermanents me or something, I'd still get some damage off and then try to at least push to win. And since everybody is 0, obviously the only big problem is I can't really do it on Raffion because Raffion doesn't really, his effect won't trigger because that monster will no longer be on field that he battled. 1 Celestial Transformation, just to pretty much.
1.
Alright, 2. I know how math. 2 is pretty much all you need. 3 I find is way too clunky because you want to see your Time Lords. This pretty much helps it where you can special summon 1 Time Lord from your hand. You can really do the FTK if you so wish, you can just treat it as if they get rid of your monster either by unicorn or something, you can special summon another one just as a defense, just to slow them down. I played triple Dark Rune No More just to really help against Trigate and anything that would want to interact monster-wise on my turn. Yes, they don't take the burn damage, but I can at least break their board and keep that like that. And then we're going second deck, so we need Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched speaks for itself.
Banish all but 1.
I also have a side deck for my Reaper targets.
But let's see the extra deck for the Ghost Cherries.
Oh yeah. Let me at least find a Ghost Cherry. Since I said the deck doesn't really play an extra deck, you can literally have 14 to 15 cards of pure decks that you don't like. Obviously, Borrow Lord just because it gets over it, and usually 9 times out of 10, your opponent can OTK you if they have Borrow Lord. Cyber Dragon Nova against any Cyber Dragon decks. Infinity's not that bad, but it does slow me down, and then it will also suck up. 1 Sunlight Wolf, pretty much hit Sunlight Wolf, you literally pretty much stop Salmon Greats dead in their tracks, and they're going to have a very awkward grind game. Max. Magical Musketeers really hurt the deck a lot if they already established their board and you can't take control. So, El Shadow Construct. She's back at 3. Beautiful. It's even lovelier to see her pretty much get ripped from the extra deck and watch them cry. That's their big combo starter at times, if they're not good. And then Unicorn hurts, always. And then they also do have an FTK, which, if you can bring out 2, you just pretty much burn, Gustav Max, attack if you can, and then pretty much burn to finish the game. Remember, they want to burn as fast as possible, but when it comes to mid to late games, if your opponent already recovered a lot of their cards and they can kill you, this deck can't. But against last format with Thunder Dragons, this deck had a fun time playing around with Thunder Dragons because all Thunder Dragons love to do is destroy, and you're just there. Nope. But the deck's very simple. Pretty much everybody can easily be normal summon. They're not special summon, but it's a basic normal summon. So it does eat up your one normal summon. So you need as much protection as you can to slow down the game.
Would you recommend double summon?
No, because double summon pretty much all their effects will say they have to be normal summon if you control no monsters, and with all them being level 10s, you need 2 tributes. So it'll make it a little tricky. You could splash into a small engine. I don't know how that would work out, but good luck. And then these are some basic hands that pretty much I like seeing. A good hand is at least at least 2 to 3 Time Lords, and then pretty much protection, and then a follow up.
So because this is timeless, you most likely want to go second. So what will be most likely some good going second draws? Like, what will be declared to you a good hand to you?
Again, like form of interaction, protection, and at least the big boys seeing the Time Lords, because without a Time Lord, it's not a Time Lord. And at that point, you better hope you have Mystic Mind.
So it is possible to do a OTK. What will be an OTK hand?
An OTK hand would pretty much is a 3-card combo. It would be Sandion, Mykion, and then Celestial Transformation.
Maybe we see those cards.
Alright, so this would be like a typical. Well, and then since it is a going second deck, you always will get that extra. So right now, obviously, this is not really a clean hand, but at least going second, you can easily break board and keep it like that. And then you draw, and now we have OTK if they do not recover. A basic OTK will go simply like this. You would normally summon either Mykion or Sandion, depending on what's going on. Attack into something. While still in battle phase, activate Celestial Transformation. Special summon Sandion. Attack. Destroy something if you can. If not, it's whatever. Mykion's effect will happen. They lose half their life points. So simply 8,000 all the way down to 4,000. Sandion's effect, burn for additional 2k, so now they're at 2,000 life points left. You then want to overlay to make Gustav Max. His effect, detach, burn for 2k, boom.
Boom.
Done.
GG's.
GG, no reach.
GG sign.
It doesn't come up as often as I wish, but when it does show up, I'm glad it does. Again, specific decks have outs, specific decks can't. You just pretty much have to learn the meta deck and really adjust your deck accordingly. And since this deck does not use an extra deck, you can simply make your entire extra deck a Reaper target. So it doesn't matter what you're playing against, you can always have an arsenal. So if it is casual or pretty much competitive, depending on what your locals are, you can easily have an answer to everything. And with the new Master Rule 5 coming out, really gonna stock up on like a lot of the synchros and that fun jazz, needle fibers, etc. And then here's another little practice hand. The deck's super simple. I would highly recommend it for newcomers because you can't go wrong. They can't. You take no bad damage. Can't be destroyed by battle card effects. Yeah, this is another awkward hand. I'm gonna really like power shuffle this, but yeah, this is not a good example.
But it's glad to see that at least say you're getting the timeless you need, and you also get 1 bit of protection or do 2 pieces of protection.
Yeah, you saw it last we had Dark Ruler No More. This time we have our pretty much our hand trap that stops targeting, and then let's try it for one more.
All right, we're gonna try for one more shuffle. T-Form, Dark Ruler, Time Lord, Foolish Burial, and Time Maiden.
Yeah, that's a lot cleaner of a hand. Easily T-form into, you can either Mystic Mind or Mountain the Bound. You can either go that route, pretty much special summon her, tribute to add whoever you're missing, whoever you're going first, and then pretty much Dark Ruler No More, and you can pretty much at that point break their board and keep it locked. Slow down your opponent pretty much so you can easily take advantage of the game and try to stall as long as possible. A basic turn one usually lasts like at least 30 seconds, super basic, but the whole game, depending on what deck you're playing, can easily go for 30 to 40 minutes. So you would need some real patience playing this deck. And another weakness is don't shotgun your Time Lords all at once. The moment you shotgun everything, you're at least playing pretty much the top deck game. And sometimes the top deck game is not reliable. You learn from first-hand experience.
Yeah, them shit's crazy. Well, thank you for that Time Lord deck profile, and we'll see you in the next video.